Right now on the CBS3 News at 6, vaccine expansion. We visit a local hospital where more Minnesotans were able to get their vaccine today. Plus, Senator Amy Klobuchar gives her thoughts on the latest relief bill, how it will impact Northlanders. And we bring you an update on the big decision the judge hearing the Derek Chauvin trial now needs to make.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm John Cardinale. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. COVID-19 vaccine distribution in Minnesota is weeks ahead of schedule. Starting today, more groups of people are eligible for the shot. And CBS3's Kendall Jarbo explains how the vaccine clinic at St. Luke's Hospital in Duluth is handling the growth.
St. Luke's COVID-19 vaccine clinic was busy Wednesday as people with certain underlying health conditions and essential workers had been anxiously waiting to make their vaccine appointments.
Look at my muscle.
Oh, look at that big muscle.
David Schober of West Duluth is one of those people finally able to get his shot. He got his first dose Wednesday.
Ask everybody to go out there and get their shots, because it's important that you get shots. And that's why I'm here today. And
getting people their shots is possible with the help of volunteers like Mike Swinowski. He's a retired pharmacist who just started lending a hand last week as the need continues to grow.
Getting people vaccinated in a timely manner, and I can have a part in that. I could not do it. It just was one of these, yeah, you should be doing that, Mike.
Expanded eligibility doesn't change clinic operations, but volunteers help maintain the distribution pace.
It means that we have the opportunity now to bring in more people from our community and really just help out and support everybody that we can so that they can get their vaccination.
Serving more people in the community makes for happy vaccine clinic workers, another step in putting an end to the pandemic.
Get the vaccination, if it's first or second dose, and then get on with their lives. Hopefully can see their loved ones, get together with their friends.
Gathering with loved ones is what Schober is looking forward to most.
I'm sure everybody with families want to get together. And I'm a family member, and I like to get partied and have the fun time,
After the difficult year, celebrating the fun times has even more meaning.
I told the nurse here to give me 2 if you wanted to, but she didn't.
And you don't have to be a patient at St. Luke's to register for a COVID vaccine appointment there. We have information about how to sign up on our website, cbs3duluth.com, and you can also find information on everyone who's eligible for a vaccine. After St. Luke's top leaders abruptly left last year, the Duluth Hospital announced today 2 people will replace him. Dr. Nick Van Dielen and Eric Loan have been named St. Luke's co-presidents and CEOs. Van Dielen is the chief medical officer and Loan the chief financial officer. They'll each continue in those roles. Together, they've spent 54 years in healthcare. And you'll remember former St. Luke's president and CEO Kevin Nuckols resigned in December. The hospital has not shared specifically why. He was with St. Luke's for a little over a year. Minnesota Health Commissioner got her vaccine today as eligibility opens to more people. The governor joined Commissioner Janet Malcolm at a clinic just outside Minneapolis. Malcolm says she was part of the group to become eligible on Friday. She received the Johnson & Johnson shot. Malcolm says we're lucky to have 3 good vaccines, but some people have been unsure about J&J's effectiveness.
It is extremely effective, especially where it matters most, preventing severe illness, hospitalization, and death. So I was eager to demonstrate my confidence in this vaccine.
Malcolm says the state received about 130,000 doses this week. According to the governor, that should ramp up to about 300,000 doses by the last week of March. A Minneapolis suburb will no longer enforce a mask mandate. City leaders in Ramsey have voted to stop enforcing Governor Tim Walz's coronavirus mask mandate. Leaders argue it infringes on constitutional rights. It was not immediately clear what liability the city might face as a result of the city council vote last night. The vote was discouraged by the city attorney. He warned members not to ignore the executive order. League of Minnesota Cities says Ramsey might be the first city to pass such a measure. And we're now going to take a live look from the Live I-3. It appears it's heading down the hill from the mall area. And there's a pretty big storm cooking out there right now. Rain, snow mix. Dave, what's it looking like around our region right now?
Well, the dividing line between the rain and the snow is plopped right over the Twin Ports here, with northerners getting more snow, southerners getting more rain, and that should change as the evening comes across and the sun sets and temperatures tumble just a little bit. So let's get a look at the advisories we're facing here tonight. From Aiken County through the head of the lakes here with the Twin Ports and up the North Shore, including the Arrowhead, that is a winter storm warning in effect until 9 o'clock Thursday morning. For northern Wisconsin, the Brainerd area, and the northern half of Itasca County, that's a winter weather advisory in effect until 6 in the morning come Thursday. So all these zones will probably get some snow accumulating, but if your neck of the woods like Pine County or Gogebic County isn't there, you're probably just going to get more rain than anything else. I'm going to talk about the snow totals here in a few more minutes, and I do think most zones will run about 5 to even 10 here today, or at least in the heart of the warning. The advisory will be much less than that. What we're looking at is twin lows, one to the northeast of our area, one to the southwest, and they're working in tandem here to bring us a 100% chance for more precip as the night goes on, but it won't last forever. By 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, it should fade away, and then we'll clear into the afternoon, and we'll top out around 40 degrees again. That's warmer than normal by about 8 degrees. Not as drastically warm as record-breaking yesterday, but really not bad for March. Will the weekend follow suit? We'll talk about the here and now and the up and coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. A major ruling as Derek Chauvin's trial continues. The Minnesota Supreme Court has declined to hear Chauvin's appeal as he tries to block a third-degree murder charge from being reinstated. Chauvin faces second-degree murder and manslaughter charges in the public death of George Floyd. But the state wants to add a lesser third-degree murder charge, hoping to increase chances of a conviction. At issue is whether the conviction of another former police officer in an unrelated case established a precedent. The High Court's decision tonight leaves open the possibility that the judge could add the third-degree murder charge back and lessen the chances that the trial would be delayed. The judge is expected to consider that tomorrow morning. Amid the back and forth, jury selection continued. A total of 5 people have been chosen so far. As Chauvin's trial is being conducted amid a pandemic, the courtroom has been overhauled for safety. The traditional jury box and gallery are gone, replaced with widely spaced seats and desks for a limited amount of attorneys, jurors, and media. Plexiglass barriers and hand sanitizer are everywhere, and everyone must wear a mask. In Minnesota, the coronavirus crisis has placed most in-person criminal jury trials on hold since November. A handful of exceptions have been allowed, including this case. The trial for an Illinois man accused of shooting protesters in Wisconsin has been delayed about 7 months. Kyle Rittenhouse's trial was scheduled to begin on March 29th, but both sides told the judge Wednesday that they need more time to prepare. Rittenhouse faces multiple charges, including reckless homicide. Prosecutors say Rittenhouse traveled to Kenosha in August after a local militia asked for help protecting businesses during violent protests. Rittenhouse opened fire on protesters, killing 2 and injuring another. Rittenhouse, who was 17 at the time, has argued that he fired in self-defense. His new trial date is November 1st, but it could be delayed again. Senator Amy Klobuchar says the passing of the COVID stimulus package will benefit many Northlanders. The Democrat says funding is on the way not only in the form of a stimulus check, but also to restaurants and other businesses that rely on tourism and have been hurt by the pandemic. Increased vaccine distribution will also be seen in the Northland through funding aimed at expanding the distribution network. Klobuchar says there's a solid network in place to make sure everyone is able to get a shot.
And so that's going to take a lot when you up your numbers like that, because the administration believes with the new Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine and the remaining Pfizer's and everything we've got with Moderna, that there will be enough vaccines available for all adults by the end of May. Now, available is great, but we got to get them out to the people.
Klobuchar added that many Northlanders will also benefit from the Better Child Tax Credit included in the bill. About half of the nearly 5,000 National Guardsmen will soon end security detail around the U.S. Capitol. According to a Defense Department statement, more than 2,200 National Guardsmen will remain on duty through May 23rd. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin approved the request. The decision to reduce nearly half of the support came after a review of the request and after officials considered the potential impact. There has been tension in parts of Washington, D.C. following the siege on the U.S. Capitol on January 6. A former Minnesota state senator has made his Republican candidacy for governor official. Former Senator Scott Jensen served one term in the Senate and retired in January. The family physician has been critical of the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic. Jensen is the second candidate to announce a run for governor. Mike Murphy, the Republican mayor of the town of Lexington, is the only other candidate who has announced a run for governor in 2022. And DFL Governor Tim Walz, who is serving his first term, is expected to seek re-election. He's not formally announced his campaign. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, the U.S. Coast Guard was out on Lake Superior earlier this morning. What they were doing, coming up next.
Well, today's high of 48 is still 16 degrees warmer than normal, but it's also about 16 degrees cooler than some towns had it yesterday. Cooling trend will continue until Friday. After that, he may perk up again. And of course, in between, we've got this snowstorm thing to talk about. We'll give you the latest estimates on totals and where coming up after the break.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
It's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about two of these for just $30 a month when you spend $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland. Greg ended up being a fantastic candidate for a partial knee replacement. We have the advantage here at Memorial Medical Center to use Corey, which is a robotic platform for doing knee replacement. In Greg's case, the system allows us to go in, we do a 3D mapping of his actual knee. Then we can do a simulated knee replacement where we can change the size of the components, the type of component that we're going to put in. We can change the position of the components in 0.5 millimeter increment and 0.5 degree. It gives us a level of input and information that we never had before.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Black Bear Casino Resort invites you to find your own pot of gold at the end of the rainbow with Lucky Leprechauns. Saturdays in March from 6 to 9 p.m., 4 Lucky Leprechaun winners will be selected for a chance to win up to $3,000. That's a total of 16 winners each Saturday and $22,250 in cash prizes. Earn entries starting Sunday, February 28th. And for more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Be a Lucky Leprechaun Saturdays in March and make the Bear your place.
Oh, my back.
Hey, Dylan, need a mattress? Look what you can get at Slumberland for just $20, $30, $40 a month.
I love choices.
And you'll pay no interest for 5 years. The huge Sealy sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Twinkle, twinkle. I don't know where I am. Why am I here? Daddy.
No one from the FBI is looking for you.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, folks this morning had time to get their storm preps ready because the rain held off until early afternoon. So up on Daisy Bay, our good friend Charlie Grubb watched clouds like this start to roll in. And, of course, he and his daughter Lori got things ready then to ride out this storm. You know, Charlie used to be a pretty big deal with the U.S. Power Squadron, the boating safety organization. So I'm sure he's hoping to get that dock down and back in action. Won't happen this week, no. We've got to deal with some snow here tonight that's going to extend winter by a little bit. Taking a live look at what was going on outside of our town here in Duluth on I-35, we see the sky is gray and there is snow coming down already. So it is already shifting from rain to snow, and I think it's going to stick for a lot of places. We'll show you that chart in just a bit. Right now we talk about 33 being the temp at the airport. East wind's going 20 miles per hour, so snow, clouds, and wind. Air pressure's low at 29.66, and that's because of two low pressure systems that are bringing this storm system upon us. Quick look at current temperatures. A wide range in the Upper Peninsula, 34 in Ironwood, 43 in Watersmeet. Wisconsin numbers, the range is a little tighter, 32 in Superior to 37 in Hayward. And for northern Minnesota, we're looking at a wide range of 30s as well. Tomorrow, after this storm system passes, we could push back up towards 40 or so. So we're not going to get an Arctic outbreak after this system passes, which for some folks is good news. For late season winter fans, perhaps not that great news, but there's the here and now going on with the dividing line between the rain and snow of this system right around the Twin Ports. North of Duluth, we're getting mostly snow. To the south of Duluth, we're getting mostly rain. And of course, now that the sun is setting and temperatures will cool, we're going to shift over more towards snow. And it'll take until about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning then for the twin low pressure systems to work through the area and get out of our picture. And then say hello to a pair of high pressure cells coming in from Canada. But unlike the Arctic outbreak the other week, these aren't as cold. So it'll clear up, but it won't cool down too drastically. Maybe by Friday we'll have a high temp of only 30, but that'll be short-lived. We'll go back into the mid-40s perhaps by the weekend. Snow forecast. What do we think is going to happen? Well, the charts have been going back and forth by the minute here. Our latest estimate is now showing a range of about 4 to 8 here through the center of our region and lesser totals on the fringes. Just an hour ago, it was pushing 10 towards Two Harbors. Now it's dropped it down towards 7. So these computer estimates will wobble back and forth as the night goes on. But bottom line is it could be slippery region-wide, and travel cautiously if you have to go out and about tonight for the late shift or what have you. Tonight, here's what we have. A forecast for Minnesota that says it'll go from 22 near International Falls to as warm as 30 by the lake. 100% chance for this rain-snow mix, just in case your location hasn't seen it yet. And that's a small chance, I suppose. 100% shot for Wisconsin, Michigan as well. Probably more rain than anything in the UP. That's why they don't have any advisories. And a winter weather advisory for Wisconsin could mean a bit of snow there. For tomorrow, though, it shakes away pretty early in the day, becomes partly sunny in the afternoon with highs back in the 40s. And that's for Wisconsin and the UP. Minnesota numbers might go about 38 to 42 with a partly sunny sky. And then it gets pretty sunny from Friday through Sunday. And if we only get 30 on Friday, we go to 45 by Saturday, tumble just a little bit by Sunday, and maybe there's a slight light chance for some more flurries come Monday.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. The U.S. Coast Guard didn't let the bad weather impact a big mission on Lake Superior today. CBS3's Emma Quinn was there as the Alder went on to Lake Superior to break some ice.
The U.S. Coast Guard was out bright and early Wednesday morning for the first day of ice breaking here on Lake Superior. The ice-breaking season is the first step toward the start of the 2021 shipping season here in the Twin Ports. The Coast Guard uses the Alder to break up ice in the Duluth and Superior ports. Over the next few days, they'll make their way to Two Harbors in Silver Bay. The Coast Guard says there was actually more ice on Lake Superior this year, with 44% coverage at this year's peak compared to 13% last winter. According to NOAA, this year's peak was back in the middle of February during our cold snap, but since then, ice coverage dropped off significantly to less than 20%. Either way, the Coast Guard says they've been preparing to get the job done.
We spent early this week just doing training because this is the first time going underway since January. We've got to get everyone ready again for any emergency procedures and just get the ship ready.
Coast Guard members say COVID-19 hasn't had a huge impact in operations. All members are practicing social distancing and wearing masking while on the Alder. As for when we could see ships start arriving, the Soo locks are expected to open on March 25th. Just a matter of time before ships come through the Twin Ports.
All right, thanks, Emma. And members of the U.S. Coast Guard are expected to be out on the lake for at least 8 hours today. Minnesota's governor is highlighting the significance of the state's clean energy business community. Governor Tim Walz declared today Clean Energy Business Day. The proclamation comes as the nation saw its biggest addition of renewable energy ever last year, despite hurdles caused by the pandemic. The day coincides with the 5th annual Clean Energy Business Day at the Capitol, an education and advocacy event for individuals and organizations. The governor recently signed a bill to achieve 100% carbon-free energy in the state by 2040. And ahead in sports, the UWS women's hockey team in action, hoping to advance in the conference playoffs. Kelly Hinseth joins us next with sports.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Amazing power, amazing speed, one ultra cool price. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Experience blazing hot speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Turn up the intensity with powerful in-home Wi-Fi and stay chill with 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Expanding or restructuring your business? DiscoverPC.net offers wired and wireless network infrastructure updates and upgrades. Looking at working from home or adding remote workers? Need help moving your data to cloud or remote access? Contact DiscoverPC.net.
March is Women's History Month, and all throughout the month on CBS3 this morning, we'll be highlighting women in history who have made a difference. So be sure to tune in every morning at 5 a.m.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
I don't know where I am. Why am I here? Daddy.
No one from the FBI is looking for you.
By hook or by crook, after 30 years or so, I've become the longest-serving broadcast meteorologist here in this market. I've been an on and off part of it since 1986. We have a higher quotient of people who grew up in this area, live the weather all their lives, know what's supposed to happen for each specific time of the year around here. CBS3 Live and Local, we try to live up to that, and I'm hoping people will like what they see and tell all their friends, of course.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinseth.
Well, the road continues for both the men's and the women's hockey teams over at the University of Wisconsin-Superior this week. Today, game one for the women's team as they face UW-Eau Claire down at Hobbs Ice Arena in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Early in the first period, Ella Irino cleans up in front and lights the lamp. Blue Golds starting out strong with the 1-0 lead. Things get chippy in the second period. Irino earns a 5-minute major for cross-checking, and Superior takes advantage. Megan Dulong puts it in from up close, and they tie the game heading into the third. Blue Golds on the power play. It's that Irino girl again with the wrist shot from the blue line. UWEC pumped. They take a 2-1 lead. A little over 11 minutes to go. Danny Slaminski finishes up close through traffic to extend the Blue Gold's lead to 2. They would add an empty netter and take this one 4-1. The UW Superior men's hockey team will be moving on to the conference finals. They were scheduled to play River Falls on the road tonight in the semifinals, but tonight the contest between the Yellow Jackets and UW River Falls has been canceled due to COVID-19 protocols within the Falcons program. Per conference COVID-19 procedures, UW Superior will now advance to the championship game Friday night against the winner of tonight's semifinal contest between number 3 seeded UW Stevens Point and number 2 seed UW Eau Claire. The Jackets have won 3 in a row and are 6-3 overall in this shortened COVID season. For the UMD women's hockey team, it is now just a countdown to the team's next matchup, and they've got a date with Colgate in the first round of the NCAA tournament. It is the first time in 4 years for the Bulldogs that they have an NCAA appearance. They are one of 3 teams representing the WCHA, along with Wisconsin and Ohio State.
That emotion in the locker room that you all saw from our, when our school was announced was part of that. We've been grateful all season for the opportunity to play. All of us came into this season not knowing what was going to happen. So to have had a somewhat normal schedule, to have the chance to play in the final face-off, now be playing in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, we're definitely grateful for all the work that so many people put into us being able to play.
Some state alpine skiing happening in Biwabik, Minnesota at Giants Ridge. A few of the girls' individual results. Duluth East Veronica McHenry was the Northland's highest finisher, coming in at 19th overall. Duluth East was well represented as a team. For the boys, Duluth East heavily represented for them today as well, finishing 5th overall as a team. Wyatt Schultz was the highest finish for the Greyhounds, coming in at 23rd in his race. The state meet will wrap up with the Nordic races tomorrow and Friday. And that's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more coming up here tonight at 10. For now, John, I'll send it back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kelly. And before we go tonight, Perseverance is sending back wind sounds from Mars. Take a listen. Well, it sounds like wind. The SuperCam microphone is located at the top of the rover's mast. The recording might sound a bit muffled because the mast was still down, and the rover is roaming Mars searching for signs of ancient life. It has already sent back hundreds of photos. During its 2-year mission, Perseverance will also collect samples that will eventually be sent back to Earth for analysis. And Dave, plenty of wind, rain, and snow here in the Northland.
Yeah, our winds could be gusting towards 20 miles per hour overnight tonight as our storm system lurches through the area. Latest estimate on snow totals puts the heart of our region in the range of about 4 to 8, with lesser totals to the north and lesser totals through Wisconsin into the UP. And it should be gone by tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at partial sunshine to return for Thursday and maybe full-blown sunshine through the weekend.
Thanks, Dave. That's the news for now. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back here tonight at 10.